And yeah, we're just gonna continue on with it. What a pain in the ass. I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it. Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down. Alright, so then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we can start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall: Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone. That was around 1 a.m. And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing. Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me. Excuse me. It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7. That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo Justice. It also soon became clear that this is the same Robo Justice had abducted Hifumi, getting tongue-tied. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office... What's wrong? I saw a shadow, something moving around at the top of the stairs. When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the 2nd floor. And soon after that, I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did. Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costumed man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared. And then... what was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been. And so Celeste seems to be the one kind of moving people or telling them where to go. Interesting. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back. At that point, we decided to divide up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor to let the others know what had happened. Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body. And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the 3 of us headed back for the nurse's office. I can't read this episode. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us, and she told us something very surprising. Hifumi's body had disappeared. We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right. Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again. This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating all this or something? But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time, Celeste informed us that she found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses. I think that about covers it. I see the whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated. It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events. Okay, well, if that's true, then what? Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka. The contradictions hidden in what happened to Taka. Let's go ahead and save real quick. Okay. In order to uncover the truth of this case, I have to find them no matter what. Make your arguments. Monokuma file number 3. Okay. So regarding, Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Ifumi, or perhaps it was after. It was before. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last. Taka came first. He was killed 6 o'clock in the morning because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers. Oh, that is true. Well, Taka's death came from the swing of Justice Hammer 4. But no, the time is different. The Justice Hammers were numbered, but did they use Justice Hammer number 4 first, and then 1 through 3? Did they kind of plan out the series of events beforehand? Yeah, but they would have had to, right there. Okay. Yeah, they weren't used in that order. So regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi. We already know what order. Taka came last. Whoops. The numbering of the hammer. Oh, whoops, not that one. Oops. Let's get rid of that. Let's think you're on something. I felt okay. Let's just go ahead and I can't load really. I will just return to the main menu. And then just continue on. Okay. Let's get into it again. Not entirely sure where the contradiction is, but whoops. Wrong button. Perhaps it was after. We already know what order. So it's what order? Numbering, it's not that one. Justice Hammer 3. Well, Taka's death came from a swing Justice Hammer 4. Okay, so let's. Regarding Taka's death. Man, that fever time really messed me up. I only got 1 hour left. Oops, wrong button. But that's the only other. Oh my god, are you serious? There was only 2 options and both of them were wrong, weren't they? Oh my god. So sorry about this. Okay. Unless. No, that's the only truth bullet we got. I wonder if he died before me or was it perhaps after? So it's not that one. Taka came last. The numbering, it wasn't that one. Is it true that if you want to kill Justice Hammer 3? There aren't any other options. Am I doing something wrong? Am I an idiot? They really used in that order. Regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi. Perhaps was it after? We already know what order they were killed. because those aren't weak spots. Taka came last. What makes you say that? Can you do it now? The numbering. Okay. Am I missing something? Yeah, see that one's blocked as well. What the hell? I just think about it one more time. There must be a contradiction in there somewhere. Let's see what I have to say. Are you serious? Okay. Let's try this for like the fourth time. It's what order? See, that one's not it either. The only two options are not the right ones. And failed. Okay, oops. Okay, return to the main menu. Man, there's something I'm missing, right? And you can't use the truth bullets on the purple stuff, or the purple arguments, only the yellow ones. But there's only two yellow ones. I did both of them, and they're both wrong. Fast forward to weak spots. Multiple weak spots appeared, so do you figure out right one for truth bullets? We only have one truth bullet that we can use. If you press quickly the LB, truth bullets automatically load according to their order. The right button gives it as a temporary. Okay, the truth bullet flashback. Maybe that's what I need to do. I can eliminate the white noise. Okay, hold on. What was the button to do that? Hold down the Y button. Okay. Taka came last. Oops. Okay, we got the numbering down. There we go. I'm not sure if this is the oops. I keep pressing the wrong one. There we go. Okay, so it has been a while since the last class trial, so I kind of forgot some of this extra stuff. So, but we got it. We figured it out. Hold on. There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers. If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions. So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order. But in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi. Okay then, let's see the proof. Evidence that proves Taka was killed before Hifumi. There's something that relates to what time he must have died. His broken wristwatch. Okay, wristwatch. Yeah. WR. I need an I. I need an S. Wrist. I need a W. I need an A. T. C. Oh. Oh, come on. Oh, shit. Oh, I'm not gonna have to do the previous one again. God damn it. I should probably just redo the trial again. So that way I have more hearts. Because that fever time really screwed me up. Shit. shit again. Alright. Excuse me. WRI as wrist. I need a WATC. Where's the H? Where's the H? Oh, right. Okay, what is this one? There we go. Got it. I've got it. Taka's wristwatch. See, look, it broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock. It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer, because as of last night... Hey, you, how long were you gonna keep us waiting? Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared pointedly at his wristwatch. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that. Bedtime for all the little boys and girls. So if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning, and that would be his official time of death. But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi, and before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7. That's right, Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place. That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers. That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make the wrong assumption. Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window, because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet. That may be true in the case of Taka's murder, but all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death. That's right, with him at least, we're all safe. What was that? They came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we gotta go back. When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together, except for Hiro and Kyoko. Then we all ran down to the nurse's office, and that's where we found his body. That's totally true. We're all in the clear. Oh, I know. They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on. If that's true, where's the tape? I don't know. Don't just go making stuff up. Anyway, we all have rock solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream. Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him. And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office. Hina and I were in the bathroom together while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct? And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing. Oh, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time. Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then. Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body. Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared. Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway. In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things. So what now, Kyoko? For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. Alright, let's save real quick. that short amount of time. It would seem so. His body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time. Oh man, yeah, there's no way. It'd be impossible. Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible? What? How? If the dead body were to move itself. Knew it. The dead body moved on its own. No, not another ghost. I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive. He was alive. Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own? But I mean, we found his body. He was dead. Perhaps he was simply plain dead. It is impossible. The idea that Hifumi was still alive, is it really possible? Make your argument. Broken wristwatch. Is that the only one? Okay, that's the only one. Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive? No, it isn't. It is impossible. Hifumi was dead without a doubt. And you know that how? Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found, and that is why the announcement was made. Are we really sure about that? Maybe the announcement was the intended signal for someone. Oh crap, hit the wrong button. The body discovery announcement was only made once, but Hifumi and Taka's body were discovered at almost exactly the same time. Okay, so there was only one announcement made, and I guess both bodies were found at the same time. So when Sakura and Byakuya and Toko found Taka's body, right when Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko found Taka's body, they heard the announcement and was like, yeah, this is for Taka. But when we heard the announcement, we thought it was for Hifumi. Right, because was there only one announcement made? Right, are you saying that when we first... he was actually still alive? No, it is not. No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead without a doubt. And you know that how? Okay, it looks like I'm gonna have to use the extra thing or whatever. Hifumi's dead body had been found, and that is why the announcement was made. Are you really sure about that? That was someone else's discovery. Excuse me. Okay, let's see. Hopefully this is the right truth bullet. No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead without a doubt. Okay. There we go. Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi? Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body. Maybe, but that was also the same time that Taka's body was found. That's right, it wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement. So there's a good chance we made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka. First of all, if two bodies had been found, there really should have been two announcements. Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one. What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment? Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body. first time. That didn't answer her question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum. No, actually, that was plenty. He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time, which means even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on? Later on, exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice. The second body discovery announcement, the first time it was played when we found each body in the nurse's office in the equipment room, and the second time was when both bodies were rediscovered just after Hifumi came back to life. Did you mention it? Second announcement after Hifumi woke up, I think. Great. Gotta do that shit all over again. Again. Great. Continue on. Okay. I'll just fast forward to this part. And that fever time thing really messed me up. Okay. Let's see. No, it's impossible. That body had been found. Oh, damn it, wrong loading. Okay. Actually, it's alive. Oops. Okay, fast forward, and there we go. And really not doing too good on this trial. I mean, I think I have, like I know who did it and have everything down together and everything fits together. I just, okay. Just after both bodies were rediscovered. We heard it a second time in the repository when we rediscovered the two bodies. And a body has been discovered after a certain amount of time, which means I really like the class trial we begin. It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it? Exactly, if we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played. Then, in reality, when the two dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time. So when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet. Meaning he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository. And that's just part of it. There's one thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office. Oh, I know. Because he was super good at playing dead. Bada bing, bada boom. That is the worst logic I ever heard. But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive. Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not. This whole thing is pointless. There has to be proof that Josephine was still alive. I have to find it and I have to show it